There have been, in the last 6 months, an amazing number of cases of female teachers ranging in age from mid-20s to the 70s accused of inappropriate sexual relationships with underage students. I mean, if you Google that right now, and we've done at least a half dozen stories on True Blue. We do a segment called True Crime Nation, and we've done a lot of these cases. It's shocking. Now, there have always been cases, but I've never in recent history seen as many coming out as I have in the last 6 months. It is absolutely amazing. And there's a case in Tennessee where a woman was accused of having sex with a student. She is the wife of a sheriff's deputy. And some of this allegedly went on in the house, and apparently she's now pregnant with this student's child. And so the guy who's the sheriff's deputy, it's a small town, and so the lawyer representing her used to be a sheriff's deputy as well. I mean, it's this small world, but it's like, what the heck is going on? Was this happening before and we don't know about it? Is it happening more? I think kids are becoming more comfortable talking about it. I think there's also been this notion that it's every little boy's dream to get it on with his teacher.
That's definitely true.
Maybe, but it doesn't make it right.
Not maybe. No, of course it's not right. But I think a lot of young men would
have a crush on an older teacher. Yeah, but that doesn't mean the teacher should have sex with them.
No, of course not.
But no, every boy has crushes on older women. That's natural.
So are the boys in the wrong at all?
Legally, they cannot be. But, action-wise, maybe they did something that was naughty and they shouldn't have done. But, I mean, legally, you can't give consent until you're a certain age. So no matter how it goes down, it would be the adult's criminal activity.
You just mentioned it, and I'm shocked how many of these cases there are, especially because they're so public. Like, what do these women think they're going to get away with?
Yeah, it's gotten to the point where we are commissioning a major documentary at True Blue on this whole subject. I mean, every week, my producer, Kelly McClure, and I are back and forth, and Sean Reck, who's my partner at True Blue, talking about these things. And I think it's worthy of a major documentary, and we're going to do it.
It also brings up a lot of questions around like the public perception or public sentiment towards women sex offenders versus male sex offenders, and how how women are viewed in these type of scenarios versus how men are viewed. I mean, even in this room, I'm sure we probably look at it with completely different sentiment. An adult male and having intercourse with a non-consenting minor, we're like, yo, let's kill this person. Right now, let's band together and kill this person. When a female does it, you're like, we look at it in a much different light. And that conversation recently has gone viral, especially as you see, it's even strange to say, but like when you see some of these teachers,
they look like normal.
No, they don't. They look like fucking pinup girls. Some of them are beautiful. And the funny viral thing on social media right now is like, where were these girls?
Yeah.
Do you know what my teachers
when I was in school?
Yeah. Do you know what my teachers? Do you know what Miss? You know what I'm saying? They were 90 years old, and the music teacher that taught us how to play piano, she was a fucking gremlin. Are you serious?
You didn't have one pretty teacher?
No, there were. They were usually like substitutes because they had, you know what I'm saying? Like they had just gotten their masters or whatever. They're like 24, 25.
It was the substitutes.
Subs were always hot.
Or what are they called? Student teachers.
Yeah, student teachers. They're like 20, 21, whatever. And you're like, you're like 14. You're like, wow, she's so hot. But like, it is crazy how differentiated.
Well, you know why. And you know why.
Yeah, it's power.
I would presume it's just because the inherent nature of sex, like how it occurs.
I'll give you an example where there was a 13-year-old kid in Oregon, Washington State area who was hanging out with other kids the same age. And there was a 26-year-old woman who was pretending to be 15, 16, who was also hanging out. She takes this kid on a wild trip. There's sex and all kinds of stuff. And now the mother, the single mom, has the son back in his young teen years, and she's got to figure out, okay, how do I raise this kid after he's had this crazy experience and he's already had sex and everything, and how do I make him realize that's not normal, it's not right, he was taken advantage of, and how do I stop him from taking advantage of somebody It creates huge issues.
The trauma.
This isn't just this isn't a schoolboy fantasy come true. There's trauma and long lasting effects here.
For sure.
And the law is the law when it comes to consent. So yeah, we're not talking about a 17-year-old having sex with a 15-year-old here. It's not a Romeo and Juliet situation. We would never set up a sting with somebody who is 17 and somebody who's 15. You know, it's even 18, 15 you have to depend on the circumstances. But, you know, this is different. These are adults who have been educated, who enter into a sexual relationship knowingly with somebody who is not of the age of consent.
Hey guys, if you like that clip, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to see more zany clips, click the video right here.